Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. Today I want to talk a little bit about investing again, especially about precious metals once again, because due to recent events there are special circumstances when it comes to investing into precious metals. I have never witnessed something like this ever before. It is truly a special situation. So I have made videos in recent weeks already about this topic, and by the end of last year there was a real run on gold and silver in Germany, and that was a special situation in Germany that was due to a change in legislation. The amount that a private citizen in Germany was allowed to buy anonymously in a store in physical form was reduced from 10,000 to only 2,000 euros. And this is why there was a little bit of a gold run at the end of last year. And as a result, gold was in short supply and even sold out in some places. I also want to stress that precious metals like gold and silver are not something only for rich people, especially for working class people who are dependent on their wages for income. This is an extremely important topic. So if this is something that is interesting to you or relevant for you, please check out my older videos in this playlist. So why am I talking about this topic right now again? Well, it's very easy. The prices for gold, silver and platinum were crashing in recent days and weeks, which is actually good news for people who are looking at the moment to transfer their fiat currency into something that is a little more stable. So it was a very, very good opportunity right now to buy some gold and silver, in theory. Platinum, for example, was at an all-time low, and many people actually that I even know wanted to buy platinum. You could get an ounce of silver for around 10 euros. At least that is what the websites said that were displaying the market price of silver. Gold went down from 1,500 euros to 1,300 euros again. A very good moment to stack up some gold. But of course, this only looked good on paper. This wasn't really possible for people, as I will go into right now. As you know, many borders are closed and a lot of businesses are under lockdown. That means they are not active at the moment. They sent their employees home and they have stopped all operation. And that is also true for some gold and silver mines, and it is also true for the factories like the ones in Switzerland that mint a lot of the coins and that produce a lot of the gold bars, and it is especially true for the specialized distribution services for precious metals that we have. You can imagine that you don't send these things just via mail, but if you want to transport gold bars or gold coins over the border from Switzerland to Germany, for example, you have a special distribution service, a special transport service for this kind of a shipment. And guess what? Of course, they are affected by the current crisis as well. That means when you look at this situation from the mines to the factory to the distribution, we look at at least mid-term short supply of precious metals in physical form. And remember, it is buying in physical form that especially Germans are interested in, because we do not trust the government, we do not want a paper trail, we do not want a digital signature. Nobody should know that we own that stuff. And this is also the investing model that I would suggest to you. Don't let your government know that you own it. Don't put it into a bank vault, have it in your possession. Only that is an actual value. So what are the consequences now? There are basically two things going on. One is the price and the other thing is the availability. Let's start with the availability. Now, a lot of these places are actually closed. Like any other shop right now that doesn't sell food or medication, in Germany at least, these places are obviously closed. If you go to a dealership, you will find a sign that they are closed, and also on their website they say that their stores where they could sell gold and silver and other precious metals in physical form are closed right now. Most places also don't even have a phone service anymore, but you can write them emails or you can order online. Online shops are even under limited operation right now. That means you have waiting times or shipment times of several weeks at the moment. and most of the items are actually sold out. So the availability looks like that. You have a limited variety of items that are for sale right now, and you have waiting periods that are extremely long. And who knows if you ever get that stuff or if they have to cancel your shipment. And always remember, an online purchase here is never anonymous, and a digital signature is actually much worse than a paper trail. All right, now the second big point I want to talk about is the price of the actual gold or silver in physical form, so the coins or the bars that you can buy. And here we see that the material price or the market price of these precious metals, let's say, is completely decoupled right now from the price that you have to pay to get an actual physical ounce of gold or silver in a store. In Germany, the situation is like that. Let me briefly repeat that. Investment gold is tax-free in Germany. That means if you want to buy an ounce of gold, let's say one coin of Krügerrand or maple leaf, that is a little more than 30 grams. And this ounce is normally also the typical unit price. And the cost right now is again close to 1,500 euros. And in former times, that meant if you want to buy the coin, you have a little bit of a surplus here for transportation and minting and all that stuff that costs money. And that means, like, if you had a market price of 1,500 euros per ounce, the coin would be normally something like 1,550, 40, 30, a comparably small surplus charge for the gold in physical form then. Right now, at the moment where I make this video, the market price for 1 ounce of gold is around 1,460 euros. And the cheapest gold coin I could find was this Australian kangaroo, for example, that is still available for 1,640 euros. And this is not a tax. This is just a surplus charge that the dealership imposes. This is not a tax in any way. So it is almost a 200 euro surplus charge for 1 ounce of gold. And this is already more than 10% of the market price of 1 ounce of gold. So this actually makes it a much less attractive investment at the moment. For silver, the situation is such that there is a tax on silver, and if you buy German silver, you would have a 19% VAT, value added tax. And if you buy foreign silver, let's say from Australia or from Canada, there is a different taxation system which would bring it down to like 5%. But once again, you have additional costs for transport and minting, of course. So from last year, what I still have in my mind from my last video where I did some research on the prices, let's say an ounce of silver was 14 euros, the coin was then something like 16 euros. So there was round about 2 euros extra at that price level. At the moment, silver is at 13 euros per ounce, and for a certain time, the market price was as low as 11 euros per ounce actually, very attractive price. But if you look at the stores, even for online shipment with 2 weeks waiting time, you are looking at prices of around 26 or 28 euros per ounce. That is twice the market price, which makes silver at the moment absolutely unattractive. At least for me. So what this means is just that the laws of supply and demand are really working. There is a large demand and there is not a lot of supply, so that means the price goes up. But that means also that this market price, as I said, that you can look up online, is not really representing the price you would have to pay for an actual physical ounce of silver, gold, or platinum right now. It became completely decoupled because of the scarcity at the moment and because of the high demand. And I also think that some of the vendors or some of the dealers, they actually don't want to take the risk to sell close to the market price at this turbulent time right now. So I guess this surplus charge is also a little bit of a security buffer zone for them. So all I can say is that many people were really hyped about this when they looked at the market prices and they said, yeah, now is the time to buy, awesome. But if you actually wanted to get your hands on that stuff legally here in Germany, that is of course, there were actually some problems. The prices were not like the market price at first suggested, and the availability in the stores is not at all possible if you want to buy anonymously, like you can do legally in Germany from this year up to an amount of 2,000 euros per purchase. And also for online purchases, the waiting times are very long. Some of the items and some of the more convenient investors' items, so I'm not talking about exotic collectible coins from a certain year with a certain Chinese motive or something, but the standard investment items, those are the ones that are out of stock and only more pricey or more exotic coins are available. But even the standard bars, for example, still show huge surpluses, huge differences to the market price. So the prices, due to the decreased availability at the moment and the relatively high demand, because people are worried, and that's when they want to transfer their fiat currency into precious metals normally. This is why the prices are so high at the moment. But I'm sure that these prices will go up even more now, because bear in mind, production is actually going down right now and governments are printing money like there is no tomorrow. All these trillions of dollars of bailouts that they decided now in Europe and also in the United States, for example, that will mean a lot of inflation for the future. So either you're buying real estate or you're buying stocks or you're buying precious metals now, or you will have to live with the consequences of really, really high rates of inflation. This is at least what I predict. All right, let me know down in the comments below what you think about that and how the situation of prices and availability is in your country. Thanks again to all my subscribers and supporters for helping me with my channel. Like, share and subscribe, or consider making a donation. Stay safe wherever you are. Servus, Kameraden.